Today we try Wild Blossom's Pirate's Blood.
I never expect that. Hi, I'm Brian.
I'm Derica, and I'm a little crazy, but that's okay, because today we're trying a capsicum. That is a pepper honey infusion.
Chili, technically.
Chili.
Now, check out this bottle.
How cool is that?
This is why we bought it. I saw the skull and went, we should try that one. Then I found out it was capsicum and went, oh. Okay, as always, we like to give you a little bit of history on the meadery that made this.
When we were looking this up, we just got more and more and more excited about this meadery.
This company's really cool.
Brian's going to tell you why.
I was not that familiar with them. I'd heard of them, but I'd never really tried any of their stuff because, we normally just drink our own. We don't really go for the commercial stuff because we've been very disappointed in the past. But for more than 2 decades, Wild Blossom Meadery Winery has been a fixture in Chicago, creating wine and mead using locally produced ingredients. The meads produced at Wild Blossom Meadery are among the most sustainably produced beverages in the world. With more than 30 years of winemaking experience, Wild Blossom Meadery Winery is the first winery in Chicago and the only producer of mead on the Northern Illinois Wine Trail. Being a mead producer at Wild Blossom Meadery and Winery, we raise, this is from their website, we raise our own bees and collect our own honey. How cool is that? They also have classes at their meadery. I'm going to put links to their website so you can find out all about that if you want to. They have this really cool thing, how our mead is made. It's long. I'm going to gloss over it and give you the ideas. Bees collect nectar from flowers, return to their hives atop the roof of the Marriott Magnificent Mile in the Ogden Dunes, in the Kankakee Dunes, and on a stretch of Park District land formerly home to a steel mill. So they have very specific places that they collect their honey from. At the hives, the bees disperse the nectar and the worker bees take over, turning the nectar into honey by evaporating most of the water. They collect the honey from the hives in the form of honeycomb, being careful to leave an adequate supply for the bees to survive on, while also avoiding the bottom 2 layers of the hive where the queen bee lays her eggs. See, they're not destroying these hives. They are actually being really good about that. The honeycomb is spun on a centrifuge to extract the honey from the comb. The raw honey is thinned with water until it's the consistency of grape juice and 24% sugar content. That's interesting. They get a little bit more into the science of it than some people do, but that's pretty cool. Yeast is added to the honey to start the fermentation process that converts the sugars in the honey into alcohol. Okay, they basically just add water like we would when we're making mead. They just do it to a very specific sugar content, which is a gravity reading. That's all. So they get to a specific gravity reading, and that's it. Get it? A specific gravity reading. Anyway, after about 4 weeks, they're not giving readings here, and they're making this simplified. The mead is transferred to a secondary fermentation tank for fruit meads. Frozen fruit may be added at this time. Freezing the fruit is a winemaking trick that breaks down the fruit cell walls, making juice extraction easier. Ever hear that before? After another 4 weeks, the mead is passed through a wine press to strain the fruit. Now, this we don't do, but I kind of like the idea. They're using mechanical rather than, crazy filtration. It sits in a settling tank to get rid of yeast deposits. While in the settling tank, the sweetness is adjusted by tweaking with either more dry mead yeast, if it's too sweet, or more honey, if it's not sweet enough. So, in other words, they are back sweetening or re-fermenting as needed to get that sweetness level so they have a consistent profile in their mead. After being filtered a final time and bottled, the mead is ready to drink or age.
Beautiful.
That is it for the notes. Did that cut you?
No.
Oh, okay. Oops. All right, so I'm going to open this.
So a note about this, because you can't see all the details, but they even have a little embossed...
Yeah, it's a really pretty bottle, pretty packaging.
They did a great job. And
I'm betting that is a cork.
Look at
so
that.
it's a synthetic cork, but it'll do. A lot of the corks are actually synthetic.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Ooh. It has a smell.
That is a surprising dark color. I wasn't anticipating that.
I'm going to recork it just because. So this is a 500 ml bottle. It does contain sulfites. Now, they don't specify whether it's naturally occurring sulfites or added sulfites. I'm going to guess they stopped it at some point because commercial meads usually do. It also is 12% ABV. So this is... in their description, honey wine with chili peppers added. 3 types of chili peppers give this capsicum a fiery, smoky flavor balanced by the sweetness of honey. That's about all they really have to say about it. Even their website didn't say a whole lot. But that's some serious color.
that's a
I mean,
dark color.
it's like brownish, golden brown is the best way to describe it. Can definitely smell the peppers and a little bit of the honey sweetness in there. It smells like a good capsicum.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah, you can totally smell all those notes.
Apparently, it's very strong.
Well, we've gone over this before, but I have a more sensitive nose than I guess lots of people. And I was smelling it when he was smelling it, just sitting over here, and so I didn't swirl for my initial scent, and you heard my reaction.
She has a super nose.
All those notes are in there, and they're quite strong. Like, it's not like, oh, I think I smell this. Oh no, you smell it.
I'll wait till you drink it. Not giving it away. Poker face. Okay, right off the bat, this is a lot drier than I like a capsicum ale to be. That said, it's fairly well balanced. I would say it's spicier than most of what we make, but the spice is more controlled. I think this has been aged a bit longer than maybe some of the capsicum ales we've made that came out with that hot. It's spicy, don't get me wrong. I mean, the finish, I'm still getting it. Even that, there's a word for it. When you like exhale after drinking something, I'm still getting it coming back. It's not unbearably hot. I mean, it's not that kind of hot, but it is spicy, quite spicy.
The combination of peppers they use, though, makes me think of a really nice hot sauce.
Yeah.
Where you have the heat, but it's not all about the heat. There is a lovely flavor profile in there with the different nuances
I'm not
from the
getting
different
as
peppers.
much honey.
I get a little bit
Just
of
a
sweetness,
touch.
but
Just
not.
a touch. But the honey flavor is what I'm saying. I don't really get a lot of honey flavor. I'm getting a nice smoky, dried, like a chipotle.
Yes.
Is really what comes through.
Yeah.
I'm betting they use chipotle peppers. They probably use, habanero or something else too to make it that spicy. But the color, I'm betting, is coming from chipotle peppers being soaked in it because that's going to be smoked and dried. It's really nice. I would like it to be a bit sweeter though. That's really my only argument with it, because the sweet and spicy thing to me makes the spicy more interesting rather than just being heat. Unfortunately, most of what I get out of this is just heat, not a lot of other flavors.
I am enjoying the flavor, even though capsicum ales aren't my favorite thing. But right now, I really want to eat a massive quantity of chips and salsa. So that is making my brain go, yeah, we want to eat some Mexican food
So
now.
my second sip went even in another direction that I don't really like capsicum ales to go. Vegetal. I'm getting the very green pepper flavor. I'm torn on this one.
Yeah,
I would not say that this
vegetal...
I would not say that this is a mead that I can drink a lot of. Okay, a couple of sips is fine. Maybe put it on ice or something, and it might be interesting. This is warm. This is room temperature. We did not chill this at all to get the full flavor out of it. I think cooking with this would be incredible. Put this in chili, and it's my Viking chili. I mean, this would be the closest thing. This falls somewhere in between the capsicum ale that we made on camera and my very, very vegetal one that I made off camera.
Right. This isn't as vegetal as...
Yeah. Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
No. But I'm definitely getting a vegetal vibe from it. Which,
and that's weird because I didn't get that on my first tasting.
The initial didn't really have it.
The second one had it.
The second one definitely had it. I got less smoke than the second taste. I got more smoke on the first taste. So that's interesting. You know what? I think that this calls for a little bit
more.
So obviously we don't dislike it. It's just, we're analyzing for you, for the people. So we know. Yeah. Something I found odd is the fact that the cork is sticky. I had to wipe it off. Strange. See? Anyway. So.
That color though, that's
yeah, the color is beautiful.
Awesome.
It actually looks like it's colored with raisins or something to give it.
But I really think you're right. I think it's from the chipotle.
Okay. That time, now I'm probably acclimated more to it. I still got the spiciness, kind of like a green hot sauce spice. It's very hot without a lot of the sweet peppery fruit flavors, but I do get the vegetal aspect. I don't know if I'm describing that very well. But I did get a touch of honey sweetness as it came in. So it's like it comes in on the approach with a little bit of honey, not so much heat yet, and then the vegetal starts to take over, and then the heat hits you. So it kind of comes across vegetally hot to me in the end.
It's making me really hungry. I have to be honest with you, but I absolutely adore Mexican food, and so anything that triggers thoughts of that just makes me want to.
This would probably taste really, really good with Mexican food.
I could even imagine a splash of this added to a sangria.
Yeah.
When some of our favorite Mexican restaurants locally here, when they serve sangria, they sprinkle it with cinnamon. And even though cinnamon is not spicy, it has that kind of weird spicy thing that cinnamon does. And
It enhances the fruity flavors too.
I think this added to that fruit combination would be quite lovely.
This reminds me of, there's a drink at one place that we go to that they rim the glass.
Oh, the Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
They rim the glass with pepper powder.
It's pineapple.
And it
And-
kind of comes out tasting like
Yeah.
this. If you added a little pineapple to this, it would taste just like this.
That would be delightful.
In short, if you like spicy meads and you like capsicums, this is actually worth a try.
Yeah, yeah.
While I would not say this is my favorite ever, it certainly has its own merits and it's interesting and things like that. There's a couple things that I might do differently, but everybody's going to have their own taste.
And it's got this really cool bottle. Arr, so drink some pirate's blood.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.